Gentlemen, thank you for being here to discuss your vision for the management and the future of our community. We'll begin with your opening statement, Mr. Cochran.
My name is Ronnie Cochran. Most of y'all know I'm the current county judge of Newton County. When I took office in 2023, Newton County was coming off one of the worst financial years we've ever had. I'm sorry. Newton County was coming off one of the worst financial years the county's ever had. So we were $1 million in debt under debt services. Solid waste was unfunded in the previous budget, so we had to really scramble to make things happen. So I will say, in 2023, our tax rate was 0.719914. In 2024, we had the unused increment rate, which I didn't really understand all of it, but our tax rate in 2024 was 0.6802. In 2025, we needed to fund a radio tower for the shelter. It was down here in South County. We went with a de minimis rate to raise an extra $500,000 to fund the radio tower. And that tax rate was 0.7009. In 2026, it's 0.696645. You know, I've been accused of raising over $2 million in taxes, but that's not true. So the increases, other than the $500,000, this increase in the tax rate is due to property tax appraisals going up. So, I'm not raising the taxes. I'm not trying to rape the people of Newton County, as has been said. But right now we're in 2024, 2025 with rollover. So, hopefully going forward, Newton County has the money to fund different projects. We have a shelter, $13 million shelter that was a grant from GLO. So it's started construction. So hopefully we can get that going. It's no cost to the county. So it will be built out near the old prison site. So we've got a lot accomplished. So hopefully we can continue going forward and get more accomplished.
Thank you, Mr. Cochran. Mr. Fillyaw, your opening statement.
All right, my name's Fillyaw, and it's good to be here this evening. It's good to see all of you out here. Judge Cochran brought up a couple of things there that I'd like to address. He was talking about the dire straits that our county was in 2022, and us owing over $1 million. Well, somebody forgot to tell our independent outside auditor that, because I checked on my audit, and at the 2022 audit, we had a $1.2 million fund balance left over at the 2022, and also we were just a little over $50,000 in debt. So, and he was talking about your tax rates, and if you look at your 2022 budget, the property tax revenue, which that's the amount of money that's was projected in 22 on the budget, was $6,010,074.83. Okay, for the 2026 budget, what was projected to be collected on property taxes was $10,464,538.05. So our property taxes, whether your rates go down or not, your prices have went up. So our property taxes have went up over $2 million, about 2.9. So every year when they go to do a budget, your appraisals go up. Well, you have an effective tax rate and a tax rate. The effective tax rate is the rate you need to do to raise the same amount of money you did the year before, which a lot of times if appraisals go up, that means that goes down. Well, it did go down some in some years, but it was not down to the point where you collected the same amount of money you did the year before. So in 4 years, our taxes are going to be going up over $2.9 million. He also mentioned about the building. Yes, we are building a $13 million building with grant money, and that's great. I think we need to get all the money we can and do everything we can do with it. But according to the grant, that money did not have to be spent on the building. That money could have been used for infrastructure. There's a lot of things that money could have been used for. Jasper County got that money. They didn't build a building with it. They used it on roads and bridges. It could have been used to be prepared for the next hurricane that came through. It didn't have to be from the building. They're building that building, and also the city and the school district are fixing to build another $13 million building out there that's going to be the Emergency Management Command Center. So, to me, it's good that we got the money, but I think we could have used the money in a lot of different places. It would have been a lot better other than a building.
All right, Mr. Fillyaw. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
No, next question's for you. We'll go ahead. We'll keep going with you. Voters often say that they only seek change in leadership when they feel that the current path is no longer working. What areas of the county government do you believe are currently falling short, and what is your plan to fix them?
Well, I mean, when I looked, there was something that was done. I mean, the radio towers were done during this time, but I think the previous administration already had that in progress, and the current administration took it over. They did get the ambulance service, which was much needed, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that. And they've got it funded for a sales tax. That is a really good deal. But I want to know something. Our taxes went up over $2.9 million. What have you seen us get out of that $2.9 million? Have you seen anything? We have got to get some tax base in here. But it does not matter if we get one thing in here and we lose 3 of what we've already got. We've got to try to figure out how to keep that tax base. And we've got to be unified and work together for the good of the county. And when I say the county, I mean from Scrapping Valley to Deweyville. I mean the whole county.
Mr. Cochran, how do you assess the state of the county today, and why is your continued leadership the best way to keep your county moving forward?
Well, the state of the county's in good shape right now. You know, as far as the 2.6 or $2 million tax increase, you know, that's, I don't know what budget you're looking at. If you look at the 2023 budget, it was 8.3, and then another 900,000 for commissioners. So that puts it right at $9 million. If you wanted it was rolled over, did you look to see where it came from? The rollover is in the commissioner's section. That's something the county cannot touch. And so the rollover was in the commissioner's money. So the county cannot touch commissioner's money as far as operation. So you look at precinct 1 and precinct 2. That's where the rollover came from. Now, you know, like I say, excuse me, 2023 budget, it was $8.3 million on the county. That's when I took office, plus another 900 and some odd thousand for commissioners. So that's over $9 million right there. But I'm sorry, I had to repeat that.
Why is your continued leadership the best way to keep Newton County moving forward?
You know, this year the county had a rollover of funds. Every budget has come in under or at their, as far as budget, I'm talking about every office. Their budget is under or below what was projected.
All right, thank you. Okay, this next question here for you, Mr. Cochran. Newton County is essentially a multi-million-dollar corporation, and the county judge is the CEO. Our industrial corridor here in Precinct 4, specifically Cottonwood Mineral Tech, represent our largest clients, providing a tax revenue that keeps this county's $10.4 million budget afloat. In the corporate world, it's standard practice for a CEO to have consistent physical presence with their primary revenue drivers. How often do you believe that a county judge should be physically present at these facilities to meet with plant supervisors and discuss their operational needs? And if elected, how will you ensure that the south end of the county feels like a priority in the budget rather than just a source of revenue?
Okay, now as far as mental tech, I've been to their facility, I think 3 times since I've been county judge. I have not been to Cottonwood. It's just, I have not been there. But, I feel it's important for the county to stay in touch with its business leaders to keep a good rapport. I gotta watch the stop sign. But as far as, mental tech, Cottonwood is 33% of the taxes for Deweyville. So, it's something that we do have to keep a good relationship with those at the time.
Mr. Fillyaw, same question.
Is it working? Yeah. Okay. I've told several people tonight, and I've said this often, and I want you to know that as county judge, I'll be representing the whole county. And I've said several times, I've said it for years, I'm not just saying it right now, but I've said it. Deweyville is a great asset because of its location and what it has to offer. It is a great asset for the county. But when you think about Cottonwood, in Cottonwood, he talked about how much of the budget Cottonwood covered. If something was to happen and Cottonwood was to close down, well, it would be bad news for the county. So, we need to take care of Cottonwood, and it's just like I was talking about the taxes a while ago. We have got to get those taxes down so Cottonwood can stay in business here. Because I was in business for over 10 years, and I can tell you, if it was not for taxes and insurance, I would be a wealthy man right now. But everything I made went toward taxes and insurance. But I promise you, and I know that y'all have heard this over the years, and I'm going to tell you that again, I will be visible in Deweyville. My plan is to set up an office down here in the sub courthouse, and at least once a month, I'm going to work out of the sub courthouse down here. But I've also got plans to work in the sub courthouse in the north end of the county too, at least once a month. And I'm going to advertise that I'm going to be here, and my door's going to be open for you too. And as far as the tax numbers, where I got those was off of the 2022 budget, and I got them off the 2026 budget, and that is the projected income from property taxes.
Right, thank you, sir. Mr. Fillyaw, during the Commissioners Court meeting on October 28, 2025, a vote was passed to assign a deputy to Deweyville ISD, but only on the condition that the school district fully reimburse the county for that officer's cost. Now, we know the county receives $350,000 in Senate Bill 22 state funds, specifically designed to pay for rural law enforcement. In your opinion, should Deweyville ISD be forced to pay 100% of that deputy's cost, effectively paying twice for the same protection? And if elected, will you commit to using those state dollars to offset that cost so the burden is lifted off the school and that money can be put back into the classrooms?
Okay, it's something that I really don't know a whole lot about. It's kind of caught me off guard here. But it's something that I understand that Colton has the money and stuff, and it's something that I would have to do some research on to find out, because if you'll remember, I've got 3 school districts. The county has 3 school districts. And so it wouldn't just be trying to come up with the revenue to fund the one. If I did it at Deweyville, then I'm probably gonna have to come up with the revenue to fund one in Burkeville and Newton too. So, I think it would be great if the county can. And hey, we went up to $2.9 million, I'll be able to find the money in there somewhere to fund one. So, I can't tell you that, but, it would be great if we could.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Cochran? Same question.
I'm still looking for that 2.9 million. But, for the information, SB 22 cannot be used for an officer unless they do patrol duty and traffic stop. So the money cannot be used for the state or the school districts. So, it's specific things that can be used for purchase of equipment, deputies that do patrol work and traffic stops. So, the money is used for, the county had to get the grant, the county had to increase the sheriff's salary, had to increase the deputy's salary and the jailers. So they have to do those actual jobs. You know, the school, Matt he's a great officer, but he does not qualify under the state comptroller's guidelines for the SB 22 grant.
Mr. Cochran, next question's for you. We have a $2.6 million sub-courthouse here in Deweyville that was built to bring county services to the south end, yet many rooms sit underutilized, while residents must travel to Newton for basic county business. With the industrial revenue we provide, what is your plan to fully staff and utilize this facility as a service hub, ensuring that the people who pay the most in taxes aren't receiving the least in physical proximity to their government?
Okay, as far as the rooms that are unused, I know I have an office down here. We handle probates, we no longer warrant schedule. We do come down here for probates. I leave it open for, if there's a disaster, or TVM or FEMA can set up shop in there. We do have a tax office, the county clerks run up there. We do have a tax office and a DMV office. So, hopefully, and I think the office has set up an office down here too.
Mr. Fillyaw, same question.
Hey, I've told you that already that I like that idea. I mean, it may be that we can have to do it part-time to start with, but work toward the goal of being having to staff full-time with somebody. I like that idea. I like the idea of me coming down here some and setting up my office here. I've already told you that. So I think we need to reach out. I think we need to be as convenient as we can for the citizens of the county. I also would like to see some of our services that the county offers that don't make it down to this part of the county too. I'd love to see them get down here too, where they would be available for the citizens down here too, as well as the north end of the county. But I mean, that's stuff that I'm gonna have to work on and build on when I'm a judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Fillyaw, I want to address our ability to secure the massive state and federal grants that are required for flood mitigation and infrastructure. Local records show that Newton County's outside audits fell significantly behind schedule, and during the October 2025 Commissioners meeting, it was noted that the missing documentation and signatures from our county offices were a primary cause for these delays. We know that major grantors like GLO and FEMA require up-to-date audits to release these funds. As county judge, how will you modernize our internal record keeping so that our financial books are always grant ready, ensuring that the South End never faces the risk of being disqualified simply because the paperwork wasn't finished on time?
You know, there's really no excuse for where we stand with our audits at this time. I mean, I started on the school board at Newton for over 14 years, and probably within 2, maybe 3 months, when we sent off to do our external audits, they were done and back and approved. And I just can't understand how in November or December, somewhere along there, the 2022 audit was approved. And I understand they're working on 23, 24, and now it's time to do 25. And I just can't fathom why that's taking that long. I don't have an answer. I don't know. I know we didn't have that trouble when I was in school.
Mr. Cochran, same question.
Now, the answer to that one is our outside audit. The county contracted with Charles Reed Associates. When I come in, we kept waiting on the 2021 audit. Auditor was sick, had family problems. I was told we were under contract. We could not basically break the contract because he had all the paperwork. It would take a lot more longer to get paperwork to another auditor. So we took our DA's office was primary contact with the outside auditor. Well, a lot of health problems. They had to, the auditing firm had to get another auditor to go back and clean up the audits that he did. So it just took a long time. So now we've got another team working on them. So I was told by August we should have up to 2025 caught up. August of this year.
All right, thank you. That was it for the questions. We'll move on to your closing statement. 1 minute piece for closing statement.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and look for that 2.9 million. Hopefully we can find it and get some stuff going. But I treat everybody the same from north to south. I represent the people in Newton County, and my office is open on a daily basis for anybody that wants to come in. I've been told that I don't come to Deweyville. I'm here every year doing school supplies for this school. I've been to Deweyville many times. So I do probates. Been to the senior center, providing food to the senior center. We're in one of the isolators. So for those of you that want to say, hey, we come to Deweyville, I'm not looking for you. I got business to take care of. So I would really appreciate your support. And thank y'all very much.
Mr. Fillyaw, 1 minute closing statement.
Well, let me go ahead and just tell you about myself because I didn't know if I'd have time to do that. But I served for about 14 years on the Newton ISD school board. Most of those years I was president of the board. Our budgets were a lot bigger. They were not a lot bigger, but they were bigger than the county's budgets. During that time, we had an elementary school burn. We had a couple of hurricanes that came through, so we had some disasters that we had to work through. And we were able to have the kids back in school within just a matter of a couple of weeks. I'm really proud of my time on the school board. I served a couple terms on the Newton City Council. I enjoyed my time there. And I've also served with the Newton County Precinct Association for over 30 years. Most of the 20-something of those years I was either president or vice president. I owned and operated Newton Beach store for a little over 10 years and sold it to this man sitting out here in the purple cap with a white beard. And I'm having to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't try to jump me up here for doing that. But I see my stop sign, I didn't get to finish out, but I would appreciate your vote and support, and it would be an honor to serve you as the county judge.